Hello guys, welcome to my channel DeepCoding. This is my first ever video on my channel and this video is about a game which we all must have played, and the game is Minesweeper. But have you ever wondered how this game was developed? What were the logics behind this game? You will be very amazed to see the very complex logic behind this simple looking game. So I tried to develop this game in MS Excel using VBA, and I will share with you guys how I did it. Who have not played this game yet, let me quickly explain you the rules. The objective of the game is very simple. Flag all the mines which are hidden in the grid. Reveal all the cells which do not have a mine in it. Here in this particular game, you can see that there are 10 flags. That means there are 10 mines placed in this grid. So we just need to find out and flag where all the mines can be, and we will win the game. If you show any block which is blank, that means there are no bombs surrounding it. If you show any cell which has number in it, it means there are those many number of bombs surrounding it. So here we can see there is one, so there is one bomb surrounding it. Here we can see there is number 2, so there are 2 bombs surrounding it. If you show any cell which has bomb in it, that means game over. So I will go through the logic part which I used to build this game, and hope you will enjoy it and learn something new. So I created this 10 by 10 grid using borders and gray background color. I created this start button to initialize the game. When we click this button, it fills the grid with random placement of bombs and random numbers. And then it changes the font color to gray so that the user will not be able to see what is behind each cell. For placing a bomb, I used star symbol. Now comes the two questions. How do we place random bombs in the grid? And where to place what number in the grid? And where to leave any cell blank? Let's find out the solution. So we know we have a 10 by 10 grid and we have to place 10 random bombs in the grid. So we will start with first bomb. We'll generate a random row and we'll generate a random column, and then we'll place a bomb in that particular coordinate. Then we'll run a loop with 10 iterations and follow the same code. But while running the loop, we need to check one thing, that when the random coordinates are created, if the bomb is already placed in that coordinate, we need to check it. If there is a bomb already placed in it, it will override that cell. So to overcome this, we first need to check whether the random cell is blank or not. If the cell is blank, then only we'll place the bomb. And now the question 2, where to place what number in the grid and where to leave any cell blank. So we know we have a grid with 10 random bombs. So we'll start with the first cell and traverse through the whole grid using the nested loops. For each cell, we'll count the number of bombs surrounding that cell using the offset function. If there are no bombs, we leave the cell blank and move to the next cell and follow the same steps. Here we see we have one bomb in its surrounding, so we will place one over here. If the cell itself contains a bomb, we'll skip the cell and move on to the next cell. Similarly, we do this for all 100 cells while traversing through the loop. Once we have placed all the numbers and bombs in the grid, we'll change the font color of the grid to gray so that the user will not be able to see it. Now let's see how the game is played. There are basically only two steps that a user can do to show a cell or to flag a cell. We'll start with flagging. For flagging a cell, we need to change the font and the background color to orange. But hey, that's not it. We need to check certain things first. So there can be 4 conditions when we flag a cell. Condition 1, cell already flagged. So what happens when we flag a already flagged cell? It will unflag it. So how we do it? We check the active cell whether the background of the cell is orange or not. If the background of the cell is orange in color, we change the cell background to gray and then we increase the flag count by 1. Condition 2, remaining flags counts become 0. So suppose what happens if we have flagged all the cells. So here you can see that whenever I am flagging the flags counts are becoming less. Suppose I have flagged all the cells. Now I have no more flags left. So if the remaining flag counts become 0, we cannot flag any more cell. So here you can see when we try to flag any cell, nothing happens. So to achieve this, we check the value of this particular cell. If the value of this cell is 0, then do nothing and exit the function. Condition 3, cell already revealed. Here you can see these many cells are already revealed. So I cannot flag any of these cells. If I try to flag these cells, nothing will happen. So to achieve this, we'll do a simple check. If the active cell background is not gray, we'll not do anything and exit the function. Condition 4, cell not revealed. So here I can see this cell is not revealed, so I can flag this cell successfully. So to achieve this, we just do a simple check. If the active cell background is gray, we change the font and the background color to orange and decrease the flag count by 1. Now, revealing a cell. As we know that the cell value is not visible because the cell background and the font color is same, that is gray. So if we change the cell and the background color, cell will be revealed. But before changing the color of the cell, we just need to take care of 3 conditions. Condition 1, cell containing a bomb. What happens if we reveal a cell which contains a bomb? The game will be over. So to achieve this, we check. If the active cell value is star, then it will reveal all the bomb position and show the message game over. To reveal all the bomb positions, we traverse through whole grid and check each cell. If the cell value is star, then we change the font color to red. And in the end, we show the message game over. Condition 2, cell containing number. So if we reveal a cell that contains a number in it, it will just show the cell. So how do we do it? We just change the font color to black and the background color to white. Condition 3, blank cell. So this is the most trickiest part. What happens when we click a blank cell? It not only reveals that cell, but it reveals all the cells within its territory. So how do we define a blank cell's territory? This is a blank cell and this is the territory. So the territory of a blank cell is basically created by the cells which have numbers in it or the cells which are in border. So here you can see all these cells have number in it and these cells are in border. These have numbers and these are in border. So you guys can pause the video and think of a solution and then play back again this video and see how I did it. So it took me several hours to find the solution, and I'll explain you guys using the example of new coronavirus. As we know that the new coronavirus can be transmitted through humans, an infected person have tendency to spread the virus within its surrounding. And the only way to stop the virus from spreading is to isolate it from the healthy people. So let's assume the blank cell which we click is the person who got infected with the virus, and the isolation chamber is the territory of this blank cell. So this infected cell have tendency to spread the virus among all the cells which are in contact of this cell. And now we have 8 more infected cells, with each cell have the ability to spread the virus further. So now let's see how it happens. Now this cell is infected, so it can also infect its surrounding. So it will only infect 2 new cells which are in its surrounding, as the other cells are already infected. Now this cell cannot infect anyone, as all the cells in its surrounding are already infected. Now this cell can infect 2 new cells. So in the first stage, all these 8 cells will spread the virus. Now in stage 2, more cells will be infected. It will keep on spreading until it is contained and isolated. To achieve this, I used recursive function. A recursive function is a function that calls itself during its execution. Below is the example of a recursive function. We called a function in main with 1 as argument. That 1 is passed into the x. It will check if the x is smaller than or equal to 5. Yes, so it will print that number. It will increase itself by 1. So now x becomes 2. Now the rec function is called with the x value as 2. It will again check if 2 is smaller than or equal to 5. Yes, it will print 2 and increase the value of x by 1. So x will now become 3. It will call the same function again with 3 as value. It will keep on following this loop until the value becomes 6. It will call the function and pass the value 6 in it. Then it checks if 6 is smaller than or equal to 5. No. It will exit the function and come back to the position where the x value was 5. Since there is no more code after the if statement, so the function will end. And now implementation. How do we implement this? So we will check if the active cell value is blank. We will then reveal the active cell by changing its font value to black and the background to white. We will then call a recursive function that takes row and column coordinates of the active cell. Now we loop through all the surrounding cells. So while looping, we'll check if the surrounding cell is gray. We will reveal that surrounding cell. We will check if it is blank. If it is blank, we will call the recursive function with the surrounding cell coordinates. This will happen for each of the surrounding cells, and it will follow the same procedure. For this cell, it will check all its surrounding cells. It will reveal them. It will check if the surrounding cell is gray. If it is gray, it will reveal it. Then it will check if the value of the surrounding cell is blank. If the value of the surrounding cell is blank, it will call the function again. So it will keep on repeating the function until it finds a condition where the cell value is not blank and where the surrounding cell is not gray. And now the winning condition. When all the cells are revealed and all the bounds are flagged, that means we have won the game. So to check this, we will traverse through each of the cell in the grid and find if none of the cell is gray. If none of the cell is gray, that means we won the game. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys liked it. If you liked the video, click on the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. I will be uploading more such videos. Try this in your computer and comment if it worked. Thanks for watching. Bye, take care, and meet you in the next video.